Welcome to my first new show of Booking the Wrestler, ladies and gentlemen. This show, and I will leave an explanation in the comments, well, the description below, not comments. You leave something in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. This show, would be more than happy to hear your comments on it because I'm going to be booking wrestlers. I've been very frustrated with WWE for a while now. I've almost reached the point where I want to stop watching WWE, even though I want to keep watching Tamina, Naomi, Sasha Banks. I want to see, to a point, Roman Reigns. I definitely want to see Cesaro when he comes back. And New Day, and a couple of others, like the Usos. But the way they've been booked is so bad. It has been frustrating to watch the show. So, I decided after something really special happened to me, and basically speaking, Andre Corbiel had sent one of my videos to Dixie Carter. And I thought that was the most incredible thing. I didn't expect him to send it. He works for a real promotion of real Canadian wrestling. And now it's changing. He's changing his position. The business is changing for him, which I'm happy for him. And in the middle of that, he saw one of my videos for booking TNA into 2016. And he said, you know what? I'm going to send this video to Dixie Carter with my own kind of recommendations, what would really be helpful. And I'm alright with that because he knows the business better than me. And he probably thinks that his recommendation of Kong going to the King of the Mountain title would be better than the World Heavyweight title. And I understand that. But when he did that, it was like, wow. Oh, damn, I didn't expect it. And it made me think after that. Why not book the wrestlers? I'm bored right now almost to the point. I still love wrestling. But I'm bored of what the WWE is doing. And to a certain extent TNA. But it's understandable with TNA, they've been trapped between a rock and a hard place. So this show will mainly be focused on WWE. But there will be points where I will do some booking for TNA. I will. But this video is about one person. And it will probably be a series of maybe 2 to 3 episodes long. And this is about Sheamus. I'm going to book him when he came back, to the middle of when he has his feuds, and then when he gets the title. Because he is currently the WWE World Heavyweight Champion right now. So I will focus on that. So, this is how I would bring back Sheamus. When Sheamus originally returned, he came back looking completely different with that damn mohawk and those tassels on his face. And I originally thought, damn, he's trying to do the Celtic thing. But he wasn't. He was trying to do the punk rocker thing. That's what I got from him after several months of seeing this. And since the WWE has booked him so poorly, particularly when he got Money in the Bank, he just felt like a drop punk rocker. So this is what I would have done when he first returned. When Sheamus returned, I would have left him as he originally was before he left the WWE without the shavings. But what I would have done was make him come back more Celt-like. Sometimes the personality can be way better than the look. A person can win you over with personality. So the way Sheamus acted when he was ECW, his first match, he spoke Celt for the first time. He said simply, I am here to make the WWE and ECW my own, to take it over and conquer it. So what I would have done was to bring Sheamus back as a true Celtic warrior. Now, does that mean I would have brought him back in a kilt? Yes. I would have brought him back in a kilt, wearing clothes similar to Braveheart. I know that's kind of going far, and that is Scottish, but Scottish and Irish do wear similar clothing. They're not the same. Their cultures, even though, from what I understand, Scotsmen and Irishmen are descended from the same people. But they did live on different islands, and they developed very similar cultures and beliefs, but they are different. So I would have him go down the Scottish way. And I would have him have an attitude similar to Finlay. If anybody remembers Finlay, that man would just beat the frack out of you. So I would have him come back on his inaugural day, his return, his debut returning. He would wear a kilt, he would have a freaking shillelagh in his hand, and he would have a sash, and he would walk up to the ring. Instead of him, during that day that he tried to help Daniel Bryan and knock his head off, and now, if I'm remembering correctly, that's how he came back, I would have him come to the ring, walk to the ring, and then use the freaking shillelagh to knock someone's ass out. He could have done that to Daniel Bryan as well. Next week, he would come back, and he would talk Celt. You've seen Mexicans talk Spanish. And you've seen Japanese wrestlers talk Japanese to a certain extent. So why not have a Celtic warrior, true one? And he can come back the next week wearing his regular clothes. He can, but he still carries the freaking shillelagh. I want him to carry that shillelagh to be making people mindful. Mindful that he's a true warrior of Ireland. That they did not play around. They loved to fight for a reason. They were some of the toughest people that were in Europe. And that's not a lie. The Romans had a problem with them. The English had a problem with them. Hell, even the Scots have had a problem with them. But that also means that the Irish had a problem with Scots whenever they had to fight one another. Which I don't know if they did it often, but, you know. But essentially speaking, I would have him speak Celt most of the time. And then he had to translate it whenever he wanted to translate it. I would make it so different that when he spoke Celt, I would tell them to do subtitles on the screen for the people at home. So it would be something entirely different. You don't do that with Mexicans. You don't. But since Celt language is so different, I would do that for the crowd at home. And for the people there, and they're saying, this is stupid, he says, yeah, this is stupid. You think it's stupid, huh? I'll kick your damn head off! And then when he had his matches, he kind of goes down the route of a Finn Finlay. He doesn't give a damn how he wins. I know Sheamus has done this before. But after a certain amount of time, he just dropped it. Sheamus has to be built in a way that conforms to his original character. And that is an Irish wrestler who fancies himself like one of his ancestors of old, who used to run around with not only a big club, but a sword that is bigger than his own body. Now he would cut people in half. That is how I would post him. And for the first couple of months, either he would destroy his opponents, or his opponents would actually be afraid to get in the ring with him. It doesn't have to be big guys yet. This is how I would start with Sheamus. But this is my booking of Sheamus. What would you have done differently? I really want to hear you and hear your comments below. So I hope you enjoyed this booking the wrestler. Please give me a comment below. This is one of possibly 3 booking the wrestlers. I hope you enjoy them. And I hope you give me some comments and give me a thumbs up to know that I've actually come up with something new and different. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!